Okay, so my first Quideo, and the question asks, construct a histogram for this data and describe the shape, center, and spread of the distribution of CEO salaries, and are there any apparent outliers? So just by looking off my first histogram off the bat, my x-axis represents the salaries, my y-axis represents the number of CEOs making that much. And as you can see, my y-axis is grouped into two so I can condense my information but still show all the detail needed. And my response was for the question was that the data is skewed right. The center is approximately 350. The spread on the x-axis goes from 1 to 1,200. My Q1 is 250. My Q3 is 540. And I use that to be able to find my outlier, which is 1,103. The format used was the Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR and the Q1 plus 1.5 times the IQR to be able to find if there was any outliers, which was the 1,103. And the higher concentration, just by looking at the histogram, was on my upper 50% of the data, and my wider range was on my x-axis, which was on my 1,103. My advanced question: A, make a histogram of the distribution. B, describe the shape, center, and spread of the chest measurement. Also, why might this information be useful? So just as you can see that my chest size and my count, I grouped together, such as 33 and 34, and added to two numbers together so I can condense my information on my histogram but still be able to show all the detail needed. And so my x-axis represents my chest size, my y-axis represents my counts. And to answer the question, the shape is approximately normal, the center is 138.5, the chest measurement distribution of the x-axis is grouped into twos, just as I said earlier, which allowed me to add my counts together as well. And just by showing you the graph, there is no particular outliers, and this information would be useful since it saves you time from creating another stem plot to show more descriptive detail because it also continues to show the detail needed, and also it helps you still understand and be able to read the data that is being shown. Time for the main event, the AP question. So question A, compare the distribution of the concentration of the aldrin among the three rivers. Question B, the 20 concentrations of the aldrin for river X are given below. And construct a stem plot that displays the concentration of aldrin for river X. Question C, describe the characteristic of the distribution of the aldrin concentrations in river X that can be seen in the stem plot but cannot be seen on the box plot. So as you can see that I recreated the image given before just so you can see it easier, and as you can see that my x-axis holds my concentration and my y-axis holds rivers X, Y, and Z. To answer question 1, looking at the concentrations, you can see that river X has a widespread range from approximately 3 ppm to 9 ppm. And this is to answer question A, looking at the concentrations, you can see that river X has a widespread range, looking from the x-axis, of approximately 3 ppm to 9 ppm. And river Z has the smallest approximate range from 3 ppm to 5 ppm. You can see that river X has the largest median of the three rivers, and you can see that majority of the sample size is larger than the median by looking how far the Q3 range is. River Y, you can see the median is approximately 5, and that the median is slightly closer to Q1, so meaning Q3 has a little bit more sample data within it. River Y, you can see that its x-axis ranges from 3 ppm to 6.5 ppm approximately. And River Z's median is more towards Q3, and the median is slightly larger than 4. River X is slightly larger than 5. River X median is slightly larger than 5, and the median is more than towards Q1. To answer question B, with the information given, I was able to create my stem and leaf plot, and as you can see, my whole numbers are used as my stem, and my leaves are used as my decimal points for river X. And finally, to answer question C, by looking at the stem and leaf plot, you can immediately see where most of the sample data lies, which is in the 4 to 5 range, which makes sense since the median is near 5 on the x-axis for river X. Also, looking at the concentrations, you can see that river X ranges from 3.4 ppm to 8.7 ppm. But the stem plot, as you can see, is skewed right with a higher concentration of data to the upper 50%. Also, by looking at the stem plot, you can see that there is no outlier given.